Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Bob here. I think it's working. I'm never quite sure till someone actually says something. Anyway, yeah, I've been away for a while. Kind of went on holiday. Some stuff to do with like health, and my mum come to visit for a week and all that kind of thing. So I haven't really even kind of thought about streaming, to be honest with you. Yeah, but I'm just doing some stuff today on Project Orgon. I don't really have anything new from a gaming point of view. Yeah. Oh, hi Michael, how are you doing? Apart from the fact that I've been considering, I think I might have said previously, maybe on Discord or something, that I've got quite heavily back into retro gaming again. Even to the point of kind of collecting a few bits here and there. I've been thinking about doing a new channel, just dedicated to that, but then I'm kind of like, okay. The sort of thing that I get really excited about, but then I just kind of lose enthusiasm for it. So, you know. There's a bit of an outlay for it as well, because I'd like to do it properly. I'd like to actually play the games on the actual real hardware. So I need to get a capture card, and also maybe something like a retro tink, maybe, as well. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I haven't streamed. I mean, it's mostly just streams now when I do any content, but it's been a while. Man, all the crap that your inventory gets full up with. I'm kind of in an area that's much too low level for me, but I'm just trying to do this quest. It's like a quest that's been ongoing. What the hell? It's only low level, isn't it? Oh, I should be dying here. Okay, don't know what happened there. Yeah, there's this seasonal quest in the game for these letters, basically. And I've just been going through doing the quest. I'm just killing. It seems to depend. Like I guess it's a random drop. So I'm just in an area where I can kill big groups of mobs easier, just for the drop. Really, I think that's what most people are doing. I think the suggestion was that the rich drop off of anything. Basically, it's not a great quest. I mean, basically, you have to loot 5 writs, open them, and then do it again. It's just the same over and over again. You do get a chance to get a golden writ, which I guess is a bit like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, maybe. And you get 250,000 councils for that, and I actually got one yesterday, so that's quite lucky. Oh, there's one. Drop some shit to pick it up. I'm on the last section now, I think. That's 7 of 7. I'm playing a lot of Project Orgon. You know, I think a lot of it is to do with the fact that I'm not quite sure what else to play, honestly. Kind of waiting for this new EverQuest thing that's already been done before, but it was closed down, and then Daybreak kind of taking it over. I'm not sure about it, to be honest. I know that I think there's a P99 guy involved, and I think Secrets is involved as well, but with Daybreak involved, I don't know. I've signed up for the beta, but yeah. Hey Liz, how you doing? But I'm not sure about it. I like the original. I like the emulated version of it, whatever it was. Can't remember what it was called. That was really good. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. No, you know that that game that was around for a while that was really popular, where you could pick 3 classes on. We could pick 3 classes on one character. I played it for quite a bit. I can't remember what it was called, but it was loads of fun, and they closed it down. Well, apparently Daybreak are doing their own version, and I think is Rojin involved, and I think Secrets is involved as well. But it's Daybreak, so you know, I'm not sure I have any faith that it'll turn out. No, there was an emulated server that I can't remember what it was called. Actually, you know, where you could pick like warrior, cleric, shaman on one dude, and the game was kind of designed around solo, really, like a solo thing. I played it a fair bit, but I can't remember what it was called. It wasn't an official thing. It was like they closed it down, didn't they? Because Daybreak didn't like it. That's yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, they're doing their own version. Which is EverQuest Legends, I believe. But as I said, Daybreak are involved, so I don't know. What the hell is going on here? One of the worst things about Project Gorgon is that players could get so OP that they had no idea how to balance the combat. So they just gave, like, as you go further, I've said this before, but as you go further in the game, like pretty much every mob just covers you in status effects, and it just becomes a chore essentially. Yeah, no, they're doing their own version of the hero's journey, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and I think Rojin's involved and Secrets is involved, but it's also like an official Daybreak thing, so I don't really, you know, oh, for fuck's sake. So I don't really have much faith in it, to be honest with you, even though they're involved. But we'll see. I mean, I love the Hero Journey. I thought it was a great. I mean, the thing is, if I was going to do something different with EverQuest, that's what I would do. You know, I wouldn't just do what other people seem to be doing with the EverQuest model. You know, I mean, that actually was just a different game, but you still feel like EverQuest. You know, you're still playing in the EverQuest world and stuff. Yeah, I've signed up for beta, but I don't know. I don't know. Can't even bother to pick this stuff up. I'm fed up with inventory management. I thought you'd have heard about it, Liz, actually, the EverQuest Legends thing. But, you know, there's so much different stuff going on, isn't there, that keep up with all the crap. I don't even know what you get for completing the whole quest, but I hope these rich drop soon so I can just move on somewhere else. No. The way things get implemented as well are really weird. Like when they like the quest on your quest bar here, it says loot 5 writs. But the writs disappear after a period of time. So when I first started doing the quest, I thought, well, I'll wait until I loot 5, but it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you in a message that they're going to go. It's only when you kind of look at one. But for this sort of quest, normally when you do it, that's just not what you expect. So I think I kind of lost my first 5. And it's like, what? Like, why? Why would you have the quest say loot 5? So then obviously you would naturally just wait to loot 5 and then do what the next part of the quest tells you to do. But apparently you were supposed to know that you need to use them as soon as, you know. Well, I'm hoping it follows the. I'm kind of hoping it just follows the hero's journey blueprint, really, where it was just still EverQuest, but you could pick 3 classes. I mean, that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping they don't change the game in any way. Because the thing, as I said, the thing with Hero's Journey was that it still felt like EverQuest. It's something you don't want to admit, but I can't honestly think that the only version of ever. Oh, I've got a yellow weapon. It's far too low level, but oh well, it is yellow. So, honestly, think the only version of EverQuest that I think is going to have a long-term lifespan, whether it's an indie remake or whatever it may be, is something like the Hero's Journey. You know, where people can essentially still feel that they're playing EverQuest, but they can essentially just log in and do whatever they want, like whenever they want. I just don't think anything else has really got any long-term legs in it, honestly. Cow keeps moving, but the that skill doesn't go off for some reason. Maybe it's because I was moving. I still kind of like. I know that people don't like. Like the thought of EverQuest being turned into like a solo experience, even though you can still group in it. But I don't. People just don't understand the market anymore. And I'm not an expert, but it's obvious just from playing the games. So if you look at Project Gorgon, for example, like the Steam release wasn't that long ago, and like there were thousands of people playing like all the time. They had to like open new servers. Now the population has just collapsed to this normal. I mean, I've been logging in and there's been 20 something people in online, 30 something people. I think the day I logged in there was 40 people. So it's massively crashed, and it's not a temporarily thing. Like this is essentially gone back to kind of what it was before, really, before the Steam release and everything went crazy. And that's just how it is. You know, for whatever reason, there isn't really a new audience for it, despite what people keep saying. And as much as kind of we want to think it's the case, like people are actually and don't long-term commit. Like the actual classic EverQuest players just don't commit long-term to a new MMO. They just, you know, they I think it's said before, like we want to have the time, but the reality is that we just don't, or you know, most people don't. And so MMOs end up like this one and all the other ones, you know, where they end up becoming like a single player role playing game, really. I mean, there was someone in chat the other day who was complaining that the devs had made a couple of systems more solo friendly, and that just completely, either you're just completely unaware of what's going on around you, either because you want to be, or because you're kind of in a bubble, you know. So because you're in a guild and you log in every day and there might be a few people around to do stuff with, you just assume that, well, that's everyone can do that, but they can't. Everyone can't do that, you know. And so I probably should have picked up that spider's shell thing, but can't be asked. I think the normal for an indie MMO is, you know, a few dozen people on generally, and at peak times you get a few more, you know, and that's I kind of feel that's how you have to design around the game. That's how you have to design your game around that, you know, whether we like it or not. You know, you got to have a functioning MMO to function as an MMO, or you have to give people lots of options to, you know, to play the game or to, you know, to better make progress on their own. Yeah, it's weird, but yeah, it's funny you still got like people in a bubble complaining that devs are making the game solo friendly. So I don't quite know what else you're supposed to do. Like when players log in and there's 20 other people on, like what? At some point, even like really stubborn devs got to say, well, you know, unless your Embers adrift, of course, then you just leave it as it is, and not hardly anyone's playing the game because you know, because you're just willing to accept that reality. Yeah, and so my point was, I think it's obvious to people that actually look and are not kind of stuck in a like parasocial relationship with a game or with a developer. I mean, the reason the hero's journey was so crazily popular was because that's kind of all that people have the time for. You know, that's even classic MMO players. You know, it's the world's changed. I think you can also see it in like the stealth. So there's kind of like the stealth classic MMO players, or the stealth tourist classic MMO players. So like the ones who will kind of like they'll say like they'll wear their badge, but it's not really what they want. So there's kind of even like this hardcore group that are kind of making out to be hardcore, but they're not really. I mean, unfortunately, I think Monsters and Memories is the latest game that's facing that stuff. I mean, there was like a massive thread, like the biggest, it was the biggest one ever. because essentially someone didn't like charm in EverQuest. They thought it was overpowered. They thought it trivialized content. I mean, I never got an enchanter to 60. No, like, you know, nowhere near it. But not once did I watch other enchanters or whatever on P99 in all the years that I was on there and think that charm trivialized the content. It's just an example of someone who played EverQuest and didn't really like it, or didn't really like a lot of the systems, and so they want to change those systems so the game is how like they want it to be. There was some other stuff as well I saw on Monster Memories, like there was some, like I saw some comments that were like soft suggesting that like they're complaining about high level players camping low level mobs for magic items, and there was some low level, like, you know, under the radar stuff that might be something that they might be changing, and also like level restrictions on items. I mean, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? It's like do people want classic MMOs or not? I mean, there's stuff that I don't like about EverQuest, but I wouldn't change any of it, because otherwise, it's not EverQuest. It's something else. You know, I don't get it. I don't understand it. But these seem to be the players that dominate the discussions on Discord. So I guess that's who they get listened to. But yeah, like you can't go into a low level dungeon and camp a named mob for an item. Like items got level restrictions. I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? It's rubbish. Yeah, I was never kind of like, I guess it's an age thing, but when Charm, actually, I didn't really stream a lot of enchanter stuff, but I did do pretty well in dungeons. But there were enough times where it would break and suddenly my mind would go blank. Like I knew the rotation to get myself out of trouble, but yeah, it was just yeah, it didn't process quick enough. Yeah, but I mean, if those things are true, then I'm not even really going to bother with Monster Memories anymore. It's just like I don't want to, you know, a game that's like EverQuest, but it's got all these changes that you know affect the soul of the game. But I think that's it. You know, I said I think we've got some fake tourist classic MMO players who maybe watched their dad play it when they were kids and stuff, but never really were that into it, you know. And there was some stuff they didn't like about EverQuest. They thought this was overpowered, and you know, why can a level 60 hunt a level 20 mob? Well, because that's just logical. You don't. It's like, you know, where's the logic in a strong character going up to a weaker mob, and there's some magic force field around it that says that the higher level can't kill it? That's rubbish. Yeah, I mean, like level restricted items, like, you know, all those things just break the thing that made EverQuest. No, I think you're right, Michael. Absolutely. Like, you know, some people might call it like naive design, or if they could go back today and do it again, they would do things this way. But no, they wouldn't. Why would you? Like, EverQuest isn't amazing because of mistakes that were made. It's amazing because that's how it's just how it came together. It was just some guys who were into role-playing games who just tried stuff out because nothing had been tried before, and it just worked. And I think you've got like a group of developers now, and you've got a group of players who seem to kind of I don't know. You know when it's someone is into like a scene, like goth or something, but they just don't understand it. That seems to be what it is. Or they do understand it, but it's not really what they want. So they kind of tell us that that's what they're doing, but actually what they're doing is something completely different. I mean, it might seem like small things, but like restricting content based on level, restricting items based on level, or creating a character, or creating a class, or like essentially. I don't mean copying in a, you know, I say copying. It maybe you think I mean it in a bad way. I don't mean it in a bad way necessarily, but like copying a class from EverQuest, essentially like verbatim, but because some people are moaning about it, you decide to make it like a less fun version. Well, at that point, well, what's the point? Like, like just create your own class then. Surely that would be better than copying a class, but then just making it worse. You know. Yeah, I've seen there's a lot of it about. I've seen a lot of it about on Discord and on content creators as well, where I don't really think that they're classic MMO players. I think they're just I think there was something about EverQuest they didn't like, and they don't want another game to be like that. But for me personally, it just that you're removing stuff or changing stuff that actually made the game, you know, what it was. There's a reason that we love it, you know. That's the thing. Lots of little things that you can change that just completely. But yeah, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't know if there was any confirmation from the devs about this stuff, but certainly when I watched a brief conversation about stopping high levels killing low level mobs, for example, I don't know. People like to think they know what's going on, don't they? But there was almost like oh, the devs are looking at that, looking at ways to get around that. Well, that's not a classic MMO, in my opinion. I mean, and it's not even as though you can point to a classic MMO and say, "Oh, this game did it," because they didn't. You know, like Ultima Online didn't do that. Asheron's Call, I don't think. Gated stuff like that, I don't think. Maybe some of the second generation ones did, I don't know. But then they're not classic MMOs, so I don't really give a shit about those. Like your vanilla WoWs and your EverQuest 2s and whatever, that's not... Well, I didn't think that's what we were talking about, but maybe it is. Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, I mean, I guess it kind of seems like I've given up on P99 or whatever, but I haven't really. Well, I kind of have, you know, but it's like, I think at the moment I'm kind of in that kind of situation where I'm just very careful about what I spend my time doing now, like how I spend my time. As you get older, it becomes more and more precious. But I would definitely try EverQuest Legends, assuming that they're not using Daybreak's engine with the new graphics and stuff. Then I think I'd have a go. I think the problem is with it is I just think it'll be monetized in some way, and the hero's journey was so good that it almost feels as though maybe they couldn't do because they burnt their bridges, but it almost feels as though they should have said, look guys, you've basically got it spot on here, so let's do a deal where you can keep going, you know. But instead they're doing their own version, and it's like, yeah, no, we'll see. Man, these writs are not dropping. I think I just need 3 more basically, and that's the quest done. I'm not quite sure. I guess I must have seen this quest before and just not taken any notice of it in years gone by, but... Nope. I wonder if you complete the quest, if the writs carry on dropping. So it'd be cool if you can get a chance of another gold one. That'd be good. Let's go along the corridor here. Oof, that animation of the cow going down the stairs. Jesus, that would trigger something in you. If you talk about flashing lights, Jesus. Where's all the... As a dirty casual, it was so cool to be able to do stuff, you know, the quest on the hero's journey that I'd kind of never done before and probably wouldn't be able to do. You know, it was pretty cool. Oh, bugger. Die, you buggers. Oh man, I don't know if you get like a... Sometimes when a writ drops, you then kind of get a little chain of drops. And I wonder if it's area based, where it's like one of those silly things they used to do in Shroud of the Avatar, where only a certain amount drops from somewhere, and then you're like, okay, let's go back up top. It was a lot of high levels, like around my kind of levels here yesterday. So I assumed it was a pretty good drop rate here. And it has been generally pretty decent. But it does seem to go in little cycles. Yeah, one of the things with Hero's Journey is I was kind of trying to work out the best combination of classes. I really enjoyed that. That was really cool. I did end up quite like looking at what other people thought, to be honest with you. I ain't got the brains for that sort of metagaming anymore, but it's quite obvious to a certain extent. Until you get into the nitty gritty knowledge stuff that some people have, then like I quite like the idea of having like all the pet classes. So I guess like a necro mage plus, I guess you could have anything, couldn't you? Like an enchanter, or you could have beast lord if they're going to be in. Yeah, just have like a pet army. do like just the poor little guys just killing themselves on my damage shield. This is pretty funny. Okay, so we haven't had a writ for a little while. I think this game kind of needs more. Like I used to think that the daily type quests, a bit snobbish really. I used to think that you know, you get dailies and weeklies and stuff that some games started to introduce. I used to be a bit snobbish about that, but the more I played games with that stuff in, the more I thought that it's actually a good idea. Just simple stuff to keep people playing the game. You know, give them a little reward. Let's climb the... Oh, excuse me. Let's climb the tower, shall we? Oh, screw you, dickheads. I do often wonder what a lot of you guys play now. Actually, it just feels as though the whole we try to rekindle it with every new game that comes out, but it just feels as though the whole MMO thing has kind of run dry to a certain extent. Oh, nap off. Oh, okay. Single player wise, I think I've just been playing some retro console stuff. I was playing a Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2 on the Saturn the other day. I've only got an RF cable for it though, so I've ordered a RGB SCART cable. Should be here maybe today. Oh, come on, where are these bloody writs? God's sake. I'm doing a little bit of eBay, but I'm trying to keep myself under control. I ordered what I need to do is I was going to get a Japanese Saturn and then just get a cart to run some PAL stuff on, but I found someone on eBay who, in the UK, who modifies Saturns basically. So I'll probably send them my one to get it so it plays region, so it's region free essentially. Right, okay, let's position myself correctly for this, this dude. Why our rhinos get backed up by undead? It's not an undead rhino, is it? I think. Man, the writs have stopped dropping. I had a little run this morning when I first started, but now they've gone. Maybe I need to go to a new location. Oh man, 3 corpse keepers. It's just annoying. Nothing. Hey mate, yeah it is, yeah. You see that? Like I've had my mana didn't restore itself there, even through all that time, because I had a status effect on me, which meant I was stuck in combat. I hate that rubbish. Oops, I should check those notes. Okay. I've got this hotkey for looting and anatomy and butchering and stuff, and if you've got no room in your inventory, you essentially lose the item if you're too quick. Yeah, I'm in a kind of lower level zone than I should be, but I'm just trying to finish this quest. You got these things that randomly drop, and I'm just trying to. I think bosses drop them actually. There's nothing else here though. Normally surrounded by corpse keepers. Oh dear, this is going to go well. Is he resistant to nature damage? I should have checked that first, shouldn't I? That would have made sense. Oh man, okay. Well, it's going to be a long one. He must be resilient in some way, but it doesn't say. Doesn't actually say that on his. Ooh, didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Come on. Should probably just turtle it and let him kill himself, essentially. Well, this is a bit of a yawn on this one. I guess he... I can't see what he's resistant to. I guess my whatever is not high enough or something. Whatever it is, he's quite resistant to all my stuff. Oh, here comes a rhino. Great. He's got some armour back as well. Where the hell did he get that from? My power management is terrible. I'm not sure if he's got attacks that take your power off or something, but holy smoke. I can't generate the power just to do like a rotation to kill him. Holy smoke. I think my cow kicks seem to be the winners. Oh yeah, of course. Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, fool. Holy shit. And he had one though, so it was kind of worth it in the end. Okay, 2 more to go. Oh, he had a belt, didn't he? What was the belt? Oops. The belt was rubbish. Well. Okay. Right, let's go and see if we can get the... finish off this writ thing. Okay. Maybe there's actually there's some other bosses in here. Maybe I should go and check them out. Maybe they kind of look like a guaranteed drop or something. Okay. So they stopped dropping for whatever reason. Let's go back to the start of the dungeon and work back again. What I could do is exit the dungeon actually and come back in again. Maybe that'll then work back through again. I only need two bloody writs. This is a new character that I started not that long ago. And if I hadn't have kind of transferred the gold or whatever the councils that my other character had, I probably wouldn't be this far at this point. It's amazing how many people, it's not amazing, but the amount of people that kind of dropped off. Unfortunately, Gorgon is kind of, from a long-term point of view, is rooted in okay, this is rooted in just the design of, it's like you basically need to have a lot of time to put in consistently. Oh shit, killed more mobs there than I thought. And like when we're talking, like, you know, playing a lot most days for a period of time, probably for years, really. I know that's what some people think that an MMO is all about, and I certainly think there should be a lot of content horizontally for that, but the higher up you get, the requirements for just progressing a character become, I think, just far too extreme for most people. Even if you're like a classic MMO player, it's just kind of unreasonable. I mean, the only reason I started this character really was because of the inclusion of the vampire combat skill. I always wanted to try it. And my old legacy character is I actually got vampire on him, but he's got a lot of other stuff as well, a lot of other legacy baggage I didn't really want on a character that I was going to play long term. So I started this dude. Yeah, and the reason I'm playing Cow is because the population is incredibly low. Cow is very good solo, and so I want to be in a position where I can solo. I want to become a vampire, then the vampire gets quests to unlock stuff. So I want to be in a position to be able to solo a lot of that stuff if I need to, which I probably will do considering I play off peak. Please, come on, 2 writs, then we have to move on somewhere else. Nope. Now let's carry on into the dungeon. Oh, hello, boys. My primary 2 skills were Druid and Battle Chemistry, actually. But I started off as Cow, then I got Battle Chemistry and was doing Battle Chemistry Druid for a while. But I just didn't feel that combo would be able to solo all the stuff that I probably need to be able to. I mean, it's quite a limited window when you can do stuff in the game, obviously because the population is so low. But also, like a lot of stuff, I've noticed that a lot of stuff happens on like a Sunday afternoon, evening for me when I don't really play. So it's difficult to get involved in events and stuff. Let's carry on this way. Oh, come on, man. I'm not getting anywhere near a drop now. Okay. I wonder if people in the know kind of would move. I wonder if it's like okay, so writs have started dropping here, so I reckon I should just move location. That'll probably be the thing to do. I realise I'm dumping a load of shit. I just can't be bothered to I can't bother to manage my inventory. Keep managing my inventory to now these fucks, when you're on level, are an absolute pain in the arse. I've been killed by more of these dudes than I have anything else. Little shits. It's like they crowd control you, but also their whatever their ice damage spell is, it seems to keep stacking damage, so you take more and more damage. Little bastards. What we'll do, we'll work our way to the bottom of the zone, and then we'll go to the wolf caves, because maybe that'll trigger some. I've got no idea what causes drops and stuff. I'm just thinking. I mean, I only need 2, but I just want to get them done. I don't even know what you get at the end. There's another quest at the moment as well, which I could do for someone. I don't know. Oh, nearly died. Was not looking there. I'm sure there's a boss around here somewhere. Boss or 2. Let's go up this way. Is she up here? Oh, there we go. Whatever. Either my character is terrible at it, or I'm terrible at managing my power. Has she got one? No, I should have got a magic heart though, which we will gladly. Let's drop some of this shit. Which we will gladly take. I know there are some bard items, musical instruments that sell for quite a lot. I'm not sure about that one. No, it's funny because the weird thing with the drops for the writs is that you can see when you've got one with before you actually loot the mob, because the it actually tells you, like, if you kill a mob with one on, it comes up here first before you even loot, so you know when you've got one. I'm still looting slowly though, just in case. Okay, I think we'll go. Let's go to the Wolf's Caves. Just to change location, see what happens. See what happens. Woohoo! Oh shit. Didn't need that. There you go. I think most of these guys just die. Some of these guys die when they hit me. So I'm keeping an eye on my writ thing to see if it triggers. Right. Oh, what the hell happened there? Anyway, you can still die in a low level dungeon. Right, let's change location. Just a little run north. They've added quite a lot of new content recently to the game. I think they've revamped some of the end game dungeons. It's weird. I suppose it's like a balance thing, but I think they've got like a. I think there's an end zone dungeon that's kind of aimed at solo players, but there are some bosses in there that still require a few people. But I guess you can build in this game to kill anything essentially, mostly. Whee! Hello. Hey up. Okay. Come on, 2 writs. Just 2 writs and I'm done with this bloody quest. Come on. Oh, God. Well, I just could be a naughty boy. I hate littering, but it's just, unless you go to the casino, you just get, your thing just gets full of shit. I thought they'd have introduced something where you can where there's like a destroy option, but nope. I don't know what I should be keeping here and what not anymore.
Shock dust I've got loads of. Ancient stencils used to sell when new players were around, but not anymore. I'm not sure if it's a general thing, but in here you can... I won't do it. I'll do it when I get one. What I've noticed you can do in here is you can... if you get around to... Sometimes it's back to front, but what you can do here is you can drop pictures and it looks like they're on the wall. Kind of. Which I always thought was pretty cool. Come on then, boys. Come and get me. Okay. Already we're full of shit again. Maybe I've used up my Rit dropping allowance for the day this morning. Where are you going? Actually, I probably should have come here before because they've got chests to loot here. So, yep, can loot the chests. I'm going to have to loot. I'm going to have to litter again. Let's do it around the corner here. I find littering acceptable if you do it in a corner. Some people just do it basically right in the middle of the pathway. Yeah. Well. Yeah. I think I might have run out of my my dropping allowance. Saying that though, he's probably got one.
Oh, he's probably another grind fest. I just don't have enough DPS to one-shot these people like some do. I think part of the problem is that I don't really have like a... Because I only swapped back to cow a little while ago. I don't really have a cow set. Oops, sorry. I don't have a cow set at the moment. I do have a legendary necklace I can use next turn. Next level. But I do have to... I do have to change some of the abilities though. All right, Timothy. Give me that. Oh, no rip. God damn. God damn it. He did drop a hammer though that I can turn into what's his face for some favour. Need to upgrade some of my cow abilities as well. Oh, I think we've got one. Yes, we have. One more. Just one more. I guess the fact that it does seem to be completely random is quite good though. Like random off of anything, essentially. Let's head down to the other chests. You never know. I was kind of thinking what the end game vampire is going to be. I think I think you can pair cow and vampire, but there aren't really any synergies for it. I've played a lot of Giant Bat in the past. I really like it. And you get Giant Bat for free at some point during the quest chain. So it could be that. Or I always quite like the werewolf thing as well. Werewolf, vampire. I think they synergize quite well. Trauma damage, I think.
I thought it was a chest here. Okay. I should pick up the pictures and put them on the wall for a laugh. That's what I used to do when I was leveling here. I always wondered if someone come along and thought someone's put pictures on the wall here. What the hell are they doing? Do I need to unlock that? I guess so. Oh no, I've got 5 bonuses. I need to worry about it yet. Okay. Whatever. Ah. I thought we'd get our writ there. I don't like these insane matriarchs. They're a pain in the arse, but might as well. Must have had so many of those drop over the course of time. So many. Somebody does quite a lot of damage from damage shields. Sometimes you just get mobs that just sometimes just stand there for a period of like 5 seconds. They don't attack you at all. I'm such a power pauper. I must do something wrong with my power. I don't quite know what it is, but I never have enough. Man, what is going on here? It's regenerating a ton of health now. I did this round the wrong way. Here, oh dear, what the hell happened there? No matter how much I play this game, I always think to myself, I'm sure I'm still missing something somewhere. Like, whatever it may be. I'm missing something.
Fucking archers. Come here, you little shit. Nope. Nothing. That was the one. That was the one with the writ that I've left. There we go. What's that little shit? Two little shits. No. So the World Cup then. It's going well, isn't it? I'm finding it almost unbearable to watch, but I did find it quite funny that the Dutch went out last night. And the Germans. I think the England game is on at 5 p.m, which is unusual. Some people were complaining about that because they won't be home from work, but it's better than it being on at 2 o'clock in the morning, for me anyway. Come on in, madam. Must be having you. Oh, fuck you. I won't be at all surprised if there is some kind of thing going on with drops where it gives you like a certain amount in a period of time, and then I don't know, there's some kind of timer that you have to wait for. There's no point in me fighting my way through slightly tougher mobs. It's not like there's any better chance of them dropping. Oh. Oh.
I should probably go and distill this low level stuff and just sell the flog, but I'm being a right lazy bastard. Hmm. Man, that's weird. That's weird. So weird. You can go for a period of drops and then it completely stops and nothing. That's not RNG. That's some shenanigan type loot system. That is. So it doesn't seem as though changing your location kind of helped much with drops. I don't think I think have we had one here so far? I think so. It's a great place for skinning, obviously, when you're leveling up. Bit of skinning, bit of tanning. Nope. I went to Cornwall on holiday just for a week, a few weeks ago. It rained almost every day. We still had a good time because we love it there. But yeah, I mean, every day it rained. Jeez. Luckily, we're kind of in a little fishing village, which is where we normally go, and so it's not. If it's raining, it's not too much of a problem. You get like even I guess probably more off peak than not than kind of I want to say off peak on peak. I kind of mean like children's holidays Like every day about 10. There's like a car park at it's like it's in like a little valley, obviously right on the coast, and there's one road that leads out, and there's a big car park at the other end of the road, about a mile away, I guess, roughly. And every morning about 10, you get invaded by tourists, mostly a lot of German and Italian speaking, it seemed. Yeah, so every morning it was just I guess get dropped off in on a coach in the car park, and they walk down into the village. But it's raining every day though, so I guess when they arrive, they've essentially, that's it. They've got to try and find something to do until the coach goes home. And they were there in their, rain macs and stuff sometimes, and yeah, it didn't look like a particularly fun experience. Might actually manage to. No, I don't think so. I might actually manage to level up cow in here, even though the experience is really low. I mean, this game is fine because they kind of, well, I certainly do. Not, where's that knob going? Honestly, archers in MMOs, like archer NPCs, are just the worst. So frustrating. Definitely some of the worst mobs. Hello. And this final writ is becoming incredibly irritating now. Hey mate, yeah, doing okay. I kind of had a string of stuff where health was poor, then we went on holiday, then my mum came to stay. Yeah. And then it's finding the enthusiasm, you know where it goes. Man, what's going on? I'm waiting for this item to drop. There's some event thing going on at the moment. I think it's the last day today, and I need one more. And it's supposed to be random off of any mob in the game, and it does drop off of any mob in the game, even low level ones. But it seems to happen in a way where you'll get a few drops and then nothing happens for ages for whatever reason. So I don't think it is actually a percentage chance just randomly. It feels like there's a bit more to it than that. A lot of it is just finding something to play, isn't it? Something that, I mean, I've been playing a lot of this recently, but I think a lot of it is just, I mean, I really like it. It is, as I said before, it is the best indie MMO I've played so far. But you do need to have so much time to invest in it, really, even more so than normal. But there's nothing else really that's kind of grabbing me particularly. As I said, when I started the video, I've been thinking about creating a new channel dedicated to like retro gaming, like predominantly it's probably like 8, 16 and 32-bit stuff, console stuff, I would guess. But I'd want it to be kind of playing the games from the hardware, from the original hardware, which I've got mostly. But to stream it and stuff like that, you know, I've never got a capture card because I've never thought I really needed one. So I need a capture card, and also I think it would probably be sensible to run it through something like a. I think maybe I would have to for the consoles. Like you'd have to run it through like a retro tink or something, and then into the capture card. Or some kind of like retro tink, something to change the SCART connection to an idea, you know, like a HDMI connection or whatever. I think you can get converters or cables now for old consoles to give them a HDI connection, but I think the problem with that is that then you kind of lose all the. Essentially, you're playing, you know, like a Super Famicom game or a Mega Drive game on a. Can I bother to go through this fight again? Might as well. Like through an OLED screen, so you lose all the quality. Really, it just becomes like a flat. You do lose all the scan lines, particularly. But I think RetroTink is supposed to do a really good job at producing scan lines on, you know, on an LCD screen or whatever. So. I was even trying to come up with some. Trying to think of some names for the channel earlier. Come on, Timothy. That's it. Oh, yoy. Yeesh. I think it's trying to think of things to do on the channel though that just be stuff that I haven't done before that
uncommon, but just be quite interesting. So I was kind of I noticed, I guess because I was looking at retro gaming stuff on YouTube, I was recommended an interview with Dominic Diamond, who, if you're in America, you might not know who he is. He was a host, Scottish guy. He was a host on Games Master, which was, I think, probably the biggest. Oh, there we go. Thank God for that. Oh, I got a title. Okay. Right, okay, let's get the hell out of here. I think if I go back to the quest giver, oh, if I go back to the quest giver, then I guess that's what I have to do for a reward, the rest of the reward, end of the reward. Let's go and find out. Yeah, so sorry, I was thinking it might be quite interesting to kind of do videos of watching the episodes and kind of like reacting to them now, because I remember them being like very 90s, so I think that would be quite funny. I've got loads of old gaming magazines. I was looking through some of my Edge magazines, some of the early ones that I've got the other day, and I thought it might be quite an idea to do videos going through those, just kind of highlighting a period of time where gaming was obviously very, very different. Got anything for you? Yeah, go on then. That seems a bit. Yeah, anyway, as I was playing games, like trying to find interesting stuff to do as well. Oh, Kib, I need to max out my thing with Kib, because he's got a lot of cash for stuff. Particularly as a cow at the moment. I can't sell to the guy in Serbial. So yeah, and then of course you've got the Games Master, but you've also got what's the other one? I can't remember what the other one was called. Where am I going? The one that had the Violet Berlin was in. She was kind of like the gaming nerds bit of stuff kind of thing. She was. If you allow me to be crude. But yeah, that's kind of something that I think about and get excited about, and then I'm like, you know. And also, it's kind of because of pricing. You kind of got to think about. I'm thinking a lot more about like I've been looking on eBay recently, and before when I used to collect and I was on eBay, things are obviously a lot cheaper then. Like it's turned into some sort of rip-off money laundering business now. It looks like, but collecting was cheaper. So now you have to be a bit more careful about stuff. So like I've got my Saturn up and running.
And it was a console that I always really liked the looks of, despite it getting a rough time when it was released. It's got some fantastic games on. So I was kind of that was one console that I was going to be collecting some bits for, and I bought a few bits. I bought, what did I get? I got Nights into Dreams, which was a game that I never played much before, but that came with its old analog controller, which I haven't got, so I have to buy one of those. I picked up the I think it was the based on the arcade board, the Decathlon game, Athlete Kings, I think it's called in the UK. I think it's called Decathlete in Japan. Picked that up. I picked up a baseball game that I'll look at. I've got some stuff here as well. I've got some Japanese games here. I've got like a Daytona and Virtual Fighter 2. I've got Sega Rally as well. I just found, I just kept some reason. But yeah, it'd be nice to stick it through a retro tink and then be able to stream stuff with scan lines and stuff. I did pick up a CRT as well, which I've got. I want to sell some of these skins, but my skin dude is out of cash, so I need to find somewhere else for it probably. Assuming it turns out anything like Hero's Journey, I'll probably play the EverQuest Legends as well when I can. I did sign up for beta, but I didn't really look at what's going on with that. Whether you can get in now if you do something or whatever, or pay something or whatever, you know. So I'd stream some of that on here. Well, I don't even know what book did we pick up. Oh, Decapitate 3. We've got some of this stuff that I'm probably never going to use. We'll go and sell it. Yeah, I played some Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2 on the Saturn the other day, and it's such amazing design games. Just the art style is just fabulous, and the music, it's such an experience. It's funny because then I kind of looked at like you play that, or you play like the original Star Fox, or you play Star Fox on the N64 or GameCube or whatever, and you look at the remake of Star Fox, and it just shows you everything that's wrong with like modern remakes, essentially. Just looks like some soulless Unreal Engine 5 job. Oh, she buys skins, but she doesn't give you all the money for them though, and that is quite a lot under. Okay. Actually, I've got to turn in the quest after all that. Well, I found it. One of the issues I found around this level is there doesn't seem to be a particularly easy route. Not an easy route, but an obvious route to leveling. There are a couple of outdoor zones that I can level in, but from a dungeon point of view, a lot of the dungeons suddenly become elite mobs, on the old World of Warcraft route. And I know people go in there and solo and stuff and whatever, but I think my build at the moment is just not good enough. Okay. Okay. I don't actually seem to. So I did this. I've done this RIT quest now. Next reward unlock. Okay. I don't seem to have got anything for it. I think I got some points towards something, but I don't think I personally got anything for it. And I think once you've done it, you can't repeat it. I guess one of the issues again here as well is population thing. There's not enough people playing to okay. Oh well. We're going to find somewhere to get level 75. Yeah, like from a leveling point of view, I've kind of got some outdoor zones that I can go and level up in, but dungeon-wise, not so much. Saying that, there might be. I just don't know where they are. But if it's worth keeping the harp or not. Oh, actually, we can take a quick journey to Kerr Tower, thanks to someone's portal there. Okay. Oh, I need to go around this. I'm assuming now I finished the quest, the writ stopped dropping, but I guess we'll see. Maybe you can still get them, and so there's a chance you might get a golden one still or something. Oh man. I mean, there's obviously limitations, but it's so frustrating. Like bombing through a section where you got ranged mobs, and they shoot a projectile at you, and it just follows. No matter how far away, it will just follow you until it hits you. I mean, it's frustrating, but the limitations of the engine, I guess. And there doesn't seem to be any range then once they've fired it. So you think if you got out of range, then maybe it wouldn't hit you, but it just keeps following you till it hits you. And obviously that then puts you into combat and everything slows down and so. All right then, shitface. Fuck you.
It's funny, you know what? I honestly think, I mean, it wasn't really designed with that intention, so I guess it was never going to be. But I honestly think that this could almost be like a mega hit MMO. But there's just so much you have to overlook with regards to just, you know, just grind some janky systems and stuff, and character progression being locked behind loads of things, like not just experience. Yeah, I kind of almost feel that if there was a slight rebalance of certain things, predominantly character progression, and I honestly think that because it's got so many brilliant ideas and interesting systems, and it's so deep. Saying that though, I guess like the game also has to contend with what all of these kind of games contend with, and it's just like old legacy players who are just far too invested and protective of it. You know, it's one of those situations where the community is great as long as you agree with what they say. But if you start talking about the game even in a reasonably, you know, negatively, then yeah, forget it. Right, so actually I need to give her some shiz. What does she like? Lost clothing and cloth armor, flog. I've got loads of flog I could give her, I suppose. Let's split a bit off of here. Whee! Whee! She does buy quite a bit of stuff as well. I've got loads of auguries just sitting in my I don't know where to put them. Just sitting in my inventory, taking up space. Incredibly. I think these ones though. I'm just going to get rid of these ones. Now I can buy that. Okay, so I can flog some higher level stuff. It probably means I can do these 2 rings now, right? Yeah, nice. I think I've got a yellow ring already. Actually, yeah, this ring's not. It's got no druid skills on it, so not that interested. It's interesting how a large majority of people burn out so quickly. Though it's kind of like I think it would be so cool if there was someone had time to, like if you were developing an MMO, if you had some time to just go and do a survey, you know, say look, I kind of noticed that you seem to love the game for a period of time, but then just kind of got burnt out on it. You know, can you give us any feedback and whatnot? I think that would be cool for any MMO to do. Actually, I don't think you get that sort of information through Discord, where it's just the same gatekeepers on there all day, just saying the same stuff. You know, I think you need some sort of maybe blind, independent information might be good. I'm almost 100% sure that most people who played and then stopped playing would say they just hit a wall with regards to their character progression. It just became just too overwhelming with regards to what you needed to do to progress.
on my old character, like it kind of stayed the same basically because I was just too lazy to do anything about it. I'd log in and faff about. This character has been different, but so on my old character I just neglected loads of skills. It's easy to neglect because, as I said, in the end you end up like having to pay for and unlock God knows how many skills to make yourself effective. But I have neglected riding here. My riding skill's been locked now for weeks. I don't even know where I go to unlock it, so I need to do that because that's just laziness. And it's only level 53, so it's not like it's probably going to cost that much to unlock. These are just some dungeons that I've been leveling in. I'm not sure if I'm here at the right time, though. It's funny because there's so many little things that games can change. Some games do that make things so easy. So chests in dungeons, like these chests in these dungeons, for example, are on a 24-hour timer, which is fine. But a game like New World, for example, did it that way. So you loot the chest and then you literally have to wait 24 hours for it to happen. But what they did was they just generalized it. So like at midnight every day, that was when it happened. You didn't have to wait 24 hours. So it happened every 24 hours, but it was at the same time every day for everyone. And it made just things so much better because it just meant that you could, like if you were playing in the evening and you looted the chests and then you got up the next morning and you thought, I should go and loot some chests or I'll go to work or whatever, you could do that. You didn't have to wait until the next evening. It's loads of little changes like that. It just make the play experience just a bit more enjoyable. But it doesn't really happen. And I can't even remember I can't even remember when I looted these chests yesterday, so we're just going to go and have a look, essentially. And I'm only really kind of looting these chests. I mean, the highest level stuff I get out of these chests is kind of like 65. So the only reason I'm doing it is I'm not quite sure where to go to consistently get like level 70 and 80 stuff. Yeah, I'm just not quite sure where to go. Obviously, if I go to Povus or Vidaria, then those mobs drop stuff. But there aren't any chests essentially. Oh, what am I doing? But there aren't any chests essentially, so you just have to, it's just a random, like you might get a mob drop or something, you know. Because I can't really operate in the dungeons. Maybe I just need to sort my build out so it's better. Who knows? And now I've got to ring at the bell. Ring at the door. That's the worst, that isn't it? Hang on a sec. Did I die? Nope. Nope, not yet. That was my Sega Saturn cable, RGB cable, which I'll try out later. I'm going to die if I don't do something about it. Okay. My word. I think I'm probably too early to loot these chests again. But so we're going to check this chest. If it's not if I'm too early, then I need to stop for have some lunch anyway soon. But oh man, no way, no way. Now, that could have been a bad idea. could be dead. Could be a death. This one. No, we survived. Oh, Lost notice record. I think that's worth a few shekels, actually. Nice. Yes, I am. Yes. I don't know anything about what's going on with it at the moment, though. I signed up for beta, but other than that, I'm not sure. Hopefully, we can get them in play soon. I've got my fingers crossed. Like, please, just be like, you know, the hero's journey. Just be like that. Just copy that. They've almost got it bang on with that. That's my wish. I haven't even watched any videos actually for it. Let's drop that crap. Yeah, please. I'm just saying, please just be like the hero's journey. Okay, so we could loot that chest. So let's go and. Oops. Oh man, I hate these mobs. They're so annoying. Is it? Oh, okay. Well, I'm signed up for it, so hopefully I'll have to check into that after. Is it like Hero's Journey? Please say it's like Hero's Journey. I'm assuming that's what they were going for. I'm just worried that, you know, Daybreak will ruin the whole thing, kind of thing. Yeah, I've been thinking, like, ever since I played Hero's Journey, I've been thinking of like, you know, like combinations and stuff, and yeah, I'm a big fan of PG. I mean, up until now, I would say it's the best indie MMO I've played, but it does have, but it just does have a lot of issues. Predominantly, just the, you know, the brick walls that is easy to hit when you're leveling and progressing and whatever. It's just it's just too grindy for a lot of people. I think is the issue. As long as it's got the similar sort of premise where you pick 3 classes and you yellow you pick 3 classes and you can kind of do all the content with your dude. I think that would be I think that'd be good. If it's like that, that's fine. I'm also hoping that you can use all the old graphics and stuff, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I mean, that Hero's Journey experience is the best EverQuest experience I've had since P99, really. I know people will go, oh, it was not an MMO, but who cares? It just allowed you to play EverQuest in just a different way, you know, like such a unique way. I think this year, I mean, I said it earlier, but I think the issue with Project Gorgon, that Project Gorgon has got, and all the indie MMOs have, is that they're just designed almost in a, what am I looking? What's the word I'm looking for? Like there's no, like the design like it is what it is, and there's like no movement from that, and I can kind of understand, you know, and kind of admire that to a certain extent. But you know, I'm just repeating myself, but as I said before, like when the population drops so low on your game that you can't really call it an MMO anymore, then I kind of feel that you need to do something to redress that in some way for the people that are still playing. But you know, it's I guess that's just how it is. You know, it's someone's created something and they're dead set in their philosophy for it. So yeah, you either play it or you don't, and unfortunately, the majority don't choose not to play them. So that's kind of where we are. Well, I mean, I'm sure it wasn't. I'm sure it wasn't for some people. You know, I'm sure that people have got the metas of all the classes all worked out and stuff. But I actually still found it quite challenging. Some of it, like with my character, I got to a point where I was kind of working myself through the plane of sky, doing plane of sky quests and stuff, and I was still dying a lot, you know. But maybe that was just me. I think I've been down here, haven't I? Well, I know this. I know this will probably upset some people because Monsters Memories is currently the next biggest thing. But I think Monsters Memories just has similar problems. You know, it's kind of I kind of feel that when you take like an EverQuest framework, but then you kind of change it, like not necessarily because you think it's better, but just because you change it, it doesn't become that game anymore. It doesn't become like an EverQuest type classic MMO anymore. It just becomes something else. And that's fine if that's what, you know, if that's what you're looking for. But I kind of feel that in some ways it's kind of a bit like rewriting Lord of the Rings. You know, it doesn't work. It's just how it is. Holy fuck, these mobs are annoying. Jesus Christ. This snare be so slow. I also think that, like, I've heard the word niche too much. It's like the MO equivalent of the M word. It's like I think people use it to cover up a load of sins. You know, oh well, it's niche. Yeah, so what? What does that mean? My arse is niche. It doesn't mean people want to play on it. You know, it's just nonsense. I think people should just be a bit more upfront, like at the start of the Kickstarter or whatever it is. Like, this is what we're doing, and there you go. Oh no, it's not your fault. It's just a word that I've heard to cover up all the sins of all the indie MMOs that are currently been in development. You know, I'm just not. It's just not. I think just an excuse. But my only issue with it is you just have to just be honest with what you're doing. You know, like don't make your game like EverQuest to a point where people are obviously going to be expecting something like EverQuest. But then many of the systems you've changed or removed that made EverQuest what it was, you know. So then where are you then? Like, what then is your game? I just don't. That's the only reason that I find myself kind of pushing back a lot against this stuff, is that just be honest with people what they're getting from the start, because I don't think they are. I think there's a big EverQuest vibe that people give off, but then as development goes on, you slowly discover, almost, you unwrap the layers and you find that, well, that's actually not the case. But I think they kind of have to use EverQuest and classic MMOs and stuff as like a selling point to the community, essentially. I had to get some like if you're an animal, like if you're a cow, for example, like if you want to play the druid class, you have to have a wooden weapon, essentially, or a wooden something. But when you're a cow, the weapons that you hold in your hands do count towards your skills, but not towards playing a druid. So I had to get someone in the game to make me some wooden cow shoes so I could activate druid. I had some, but I had like low level version that didn't have any modifiers on them. And these ones are, I say, only level 40. I mean, they were kind enough to only level 40, but it's getting cow shoes and stuff. It's quite different. It's quite hard. Yeah, I played my old character. The first character that I played was a wolf. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I'm making this character currently to ultimately be a vampire. But because the population's so low, I'm just, at the moment, I'm just picking a class that's going to allow me to solo a lot of the stuff that I need to solo. I'll probably get cow up to the 284 or whatever it is, and then maybe think about and then kind of like fit out the build, and then think about becoming a vampire. And because there's a lot of quests you have to do for a vampire, to unlock stuff and all that kind of thing. So I want to be able to I'm going to need to be able to solo stuff. Like particularly like playing off peak as well. But this is, like, as I said, like I moan about it. I moan about MMOs a lot, but Project Gorgon is the best indie MMO that I've played. It's got the best ideas. It's got some of the best systems. But you need to be the sort of person who can just, as I said, you need to have loads of time over a long period of time to really get the most from the game, or to get something from it. I would argue. You need to be up for unlocking all the favor, as well as item grinding and gold council grinding and XP grinding and whatever. You need to be up for all of that over a very long period of time to get something out of it, I think. Particularly if you want to progress to, like, between level 80 and 100, I think you really need to the only thing I think you probably also need to be tolerant of is very repetitive processes. So, like, to level up some crafting skills, for example, like you'll need to kind of use the same skills over and over and over again, literally like tens of thousands of times in some cases, to level up those skills. Yeah, you're kind of in that sweet spot at the moment. But once you get to level 70 and you need to unlock
you need to unlock your 2 skills. That's kind of where things do start to go a bit silly. I think a lot of people don't actually get to that point. I need to unlock something else to unlock. I need to unlock my mycology skill again. This is where I raised my mycology to, what is it currently? 70 something? 73. Yeah, I need to unlock that for the next level. I don't think mycology is what it used to be though, apart from charged mycelium maybe. I've been trying to sell some reasonably high level mushrooms, but it doesn't seem to be as lucrative as it used to be. I think mushroom selling used to be really lucrative back in the day, but I hate those guys. Those little chickens. Fucking break your toe so you run around slower. Little bastards. I do enjoy picking mushrooms though. It's one of those... Blimey, this Rumain guy, he had a bit of a nightmare in here. There's a mushroom dude over this side. The mushroom dude. I went crazy collecting Myconian jelly a few weeks ago because I noticed that you need it for... What do you need it for? You need it for some brewing skills. And there seemed to be quite a few people brewing at the time, but I don't guess they should get their own, I guess. I tried to sell some quite cheaply, but it didn't really... I've been saving it up for when I never do brewing. This is actually really cool. It's only a small little dungeon, but it's really cool because you can... There's quite a lot of gathering as well. You've got your mushrooms, you've got fishing as well. I need to increase my fishing to be able to fish. It's pretty easy as well. The most difficult mobs are these poison slug ones because they just put like an annoying poisonous status effect on you, like a dot that ticks away. I normally just blast them with my cosmic thing at the end. It is like, yeah, gathering is one of the things I enjoy the most in the game, definitely. It's again, the only thing with it is though is it is like it is designed again to be where you, like, I always wanted an MMO where things appeared logically. So you had a mine with ore. You didn't have like ore nodes sticking out the ground just randomly, you know, on the overworld. You know, it was, if you wanted apples, you went to an apple grove, that kind of thing. It just felt like it would make it more of an adventure and it'd make it more logical as well. I'm not a fan of the node thing just hanging around everywhere. And sometimes gathering in PG can be a bit frustrating because you go to a location where stuff is, but it's spread out so much and there's not a lot of it. It can get... I think part of the thing with PG was when it was first developed, it wasn't really developed to be like a like a really big MMO, like to accommodate lots of people. I think a lot of the systems are still stuck in that. I mean, it's fine now because obviously the Steam rush is kind of like long gone, so you could pretty much go to any zone and kind of do what you want, really, Well, I thought it would be quite good, like if you had a mine with mobs in, just some dudes like this, I guess, where you went all the nodes, a big mine, massive mine, like a dungeon, and you went there for your ore and stuff and that kind of thing. Like for mushrooms, you went to a forest. Maybe you'd get maybe get proper seasons, and you get proper seasons. So in the autumn or whenever it was, the mushroom growth is more, more abundant, that kind of thing. But it is a great game. It's got some amazing ideas, and as I said, it's the best indie MMO that I played. But I know a lot of people on my channel probably haven't played it because I think they were kind of put off visually initially. A lot of people said they didn't like the visuals, basically. But you do need to have a lot of time to invest, as I said. I think there's some chests around here, actually. Yeah, I know a few people actually on the channel, friends of the channel, who bag space and like space in general, like bank space and bag space and stuff, is a real issue for them. Like it's a real bugbear, and this game is a nightmare. I mean, the thing is you get tons of space, but the problem is that there is just tons of shit to loot. So it's kind of, it counteracts itself. I mean, you can literally you could go in a dungeon with an empty bag, and within 15-20 minutes, your bag is just full of shit. And I don't mind inventory management. I think what the game needs is it needs more than the casino bins to bin stuff. But like people say that they don't like people dropping stuff on the floor, and I don't like that. But it's the only option you've got. Like they just should add a simple destroy to the menu. So you can just destroy stuff instead of chucking it on the floor. Because you just get so much stuff. This is a good little spot, this mushroom spot here. You get quite a lot of spawns of mushrooms if you're leveling mycology. And yeah, I leveled pretty much all of mycology in here from mycology from like 50 to whatever it is at the moment. Yeah, I guess it's also a bit like a Diablo type, isn't it? Where it's like a loot pinata thing where shit just drops and you got to deal with it basically. I played Asheron's Call a bit back in the day, but it wasn't like a main game kind of thing. So I'm not sure if there's a reason they haven't done it, but I honestly just don't understand why they just don't add a destroy option to the menu for an item. It just feels like a good way of dealing with it, basically. Same, yeah, I know, yeah. Yeah, I've been here about 7 years now since it started. But my old character, who I've kind of stopped playing, yeah, he was just a character that just used to faff around. I used to faff around basically. What did I aggro? Bloody I speak again.
Oh, come on. Stacking stacking a run speed debuff. That's a pain in the arse, honestly. Oh, really? There's a named here, but I might be able to... No, I don't know. All right, boys. Easy. Yeah, there's a boss here, or named or whatever. It's not hard to kill, but again, because he's a slug, he just puts this horrible acid poison debuff on you that just ticks for a ton of damage. I reckon once you complete the Rit quest, then they probably stop dropping, I think, by the looks of it. Feels like that's what's happened. There's big mushroom spawns here. Just for show. The other thing I had at the weekend as well, I'm not sure if it just happens on Sunday, but they had these mega raffles on Sunday, where you could win like a million crowns and stuff. They should. I'm not sure if again it's just part of an event, but that's the sort of thing they should do every Sunday, you know, or yeah, every Sunday, say, just for a. Let's drop some of this crap. Can't bother to sell it or turn it in for favour. Maybe they do it every Sunday, and I just have not noticed. Because I tell you, you'll need that million. You'll need that million councils when you want to want to unlock your 70 to 80 skills. You'll need that. Plus royal jelly, plus favour, plus whatever. Let's go and have a check at the other dungeons around here. This is quite a good. This Gaz looks quite good. I'm not a fan of like environmental lockout mechanics and stuff, but it's easy to avoid mostly. But there's a few dungeons here. Plus you got Gazlook Keep as well. Oh shit! What the hell? Oh, thanks, mate. Take care. Have a good one. Oh yeah, I'll be stopping shortly. I need to go make some lunch and stuff and whatnot. I guess if I'm going to check the other Quest Legends stuff afterwards. I guess if that's going to be available to play tomorrow, then we will be doing some streaming of that at some point. Yeah, if it honestly, if it's anything like the hero's journey, That's going to be our new content game, I would say. Just please, just be similar to it. That's all. That's all I want. I'm not a fan of this dungeon so much. This one's got, even though they're not maybe particularly crazily difficult, you just develop mobs that are, you just develop mobs that you don't like. And for me, it was mummy rappers. Oh, a little book, little skill book. Spirit Fox, Cinderstorm 5. Nice. Yeah, you develop a little hatred for certain mobs for whatever reason, and the mummy rappers are annoying. The first time I saw them were in war caches, but the level of them wasn't too bad. But this dungeon's got higher level versions, and they're just a pain in the ass. They snare you. They just seem to be resistant to everything except fire, which I haven't got any of. Yeah, hate them. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go because I've got to do some lunch and some chores and stuff. Yeah, so it was suggested that there's going to be the open beta is starting tomorrow for, I was going to say Hero's Journey, but it's not. It's EverQuest Legends. If everyone gets in who signed up, then it'll be great. Then I'll do some streaming, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again.